Mike again, rideshare reseller, and coming to you from my living room, and I'm going to give you 10 more items in a minute. I'm going to tell you I was worried about this as far as sales go for eBay, but anyhow, I was pleasantly surprised the last 2 days, which would have been Sunday afternoon through Monday afternoon. I sold 28 items in that 24-hour period. And then the next period I had 10. So I had 38 items sell for me in 48 hours. All over the spectrum. Some higher, not many, and a lot of medium and some small. So it was a mix of everything. Very surprised that I had 38 sales in 48 hours. That's just crazy for me. I got a video of that. I think I'll hopefully try and put that together. We're getting closer to my 1 year complete anniversary here for what I've sold on eBay in 1 year, April 1st to March 31st. That will give you my full year totals. Right now, if you saw my one video, I'm averaging about 10K a month sales on eBay. I don't think that's too bad. It's about 120,000 a year in total sales. Not like Pete the Craigslist Hunter or anybody else, but for 1 year, just April 1st to today, averaging that in the last at least 6 to 8 months is pretty amazing to me. So I'm very, very pleased. I'm looking forward to getting this virus out of the way, getting back on the road. I'm not too sure if I'm going to Uber more. I'm probably going to stick to maybe doing some more thrifting in videos and just getting organized, that kind of thing. It's been pretty exciting for me, and I'm really positive. I'm looking forward to it, guys. So anyhow, let's get in to see what's sold, all right? Let's take a peek. All right, first up is a motherboard that I found at Savers. A bunch of them came out. There were about 6 of these that came out. So I grabbed all 6, and they were all running about $8. And all of them except for this one was worth anything to me. This one here had some comps, and it ended up selling for $82 and $17.95. You're taking a crapshoot on these because you just don't know if they work. And this one looked really good. A lot of times these people are just taking their old ones out. They don't have any way of doing anything with it, so they're going to just donate it. And it sounded like this is what was going on here. Probably all from the same kind of guy. I think there were 5 or 6 at least. So don't forget that kind of stuff. All right, hey, espresso machines. I love espresso machines. Anything by Seiko is going to be pretty solid, and you should, if you can find them and they're working, you're going to make some good money. This was like at a Hope Thrift, not a Goodwill or anything else, but at a Hope Thrift, and it was $8.99 as I remember. Had everything with it. The only thing I didn't know is if it worked, and these are so simple to test. Put some water in it, turn it on, let it pressure through the portafilter, and then check the steam. And that's all you have to do. And if you get those 2 things working, you're golden. I found 2 of these. This is one. I found one missing the parts that I just sold a couple of days ago. This one sold for $100 plus $25 shipping, and the shipping was right on the money. So I turned about a $10 into $100. Again, Seiko Aroma Express. There's a Starbucks one out there that's good too. Bought this at a garage sale for $10 during the summer, and it sat around a long time. Finally sold. I got positive feedback on it. Somebody in Europe. So $89.95. Shipping was like $10. So I made good money on this. This was Dragon Smoke Gold lenses, brand new in the box. I thought I would sell it faster. It didn't, but it finally sold. So some ski goggles. Here it is again, my old vintage media type stuff. This is floppy disk here. And a lot of people don't even know what floppy disk are. This was actually going to go into Amazon, but I didn't have a set up yet. It was going to take me about 5-6 days. So I said, hey, let's throw it up on eBay, see what happens in the meantime. And lo and behold, it was like $3.99 at Savers. They just throw the videotapes, all cassettes, everything's like $3.99. And sold for $59.95, and I paid shipping. I believe I might have sent this media mail. I'm not positive. Maybe I was wrong on it. But anyhow, $59.95 for some floppy disk, 100 disc. It was a big box, a big pack. So $59.95. Sold really fast too. This is a good one. Oh, I love this. I love these kind of deals because, you know, every time you hear me, I'm picking up something $8, $10, $12. This one was in the case at Goodwill, brand new in the wrapper. I automatically knew that it was worth some money, no matter what. They wanted $20. I said, I'll take it, $20. Super Scrabble, you're going to get about $119 to $110. A nice lady emailed me a message, said, hey, I play Scrabble with my dad, and I think I had this up for $129. I let it go down to $111. She was very, very happy. And she was in Arkansas, I believe. Brand new in the wrapper again. Super Scrabble Deluxe Edition rotating board. You see these in the wrapper. Don't hesitate. Grab them. They are going to sell really quick. Mine was the only one up at that time. New. I like these. See, I do some bookends. This is a vintage brass chimpanzee monkey bookends that were $7.99, I believe they were, and $59.95 and $24.95 shipping. Sold relatively quickly. Again, you got to do your comps when you're looking at bookends. Some are just not worth anything. Don't pick them up. When I saw these, you just know when you see certain ones. This was a really, really good find. Loved these bookends. I knew these were going to sell, and they did have comps at around this, and it sold really quickly. So some decorative chimpanzee monkey bookends, brass. I'm not a clother, but I do know Dooney and Burke. Okay, and I found this one for $7.99 or so in that price range at the Goodwill, and it sold for $54.95. It did take about a month and a half, maybe a little longer. Very clean. It's probably the only purse I've sold. But it's funny, there was a woman who is a clothing picker in the store, and I happened to get this, and when she saw it, she knows who I am. And I know who she is, and she laughed. She said, you got a purse? I go, yeah, look at it. She goes, you got a nice one. I took it home, gave it some leather care, cleaned it up, and like I said, $54.95. Pretty easy. All right, this one here was a long ago purchase, so I'm not positive what I paid the price for it, but I didn't pay much for it. It was really cool. It's a top hat, black glass, and it took me a while to figure out what it was. And it's an ice bucket, champagne wine cooler. You flip it upside down. So it's unique. It's to the right person. I believe originally I had this up for probably in the $60 range. And I just let it go for $45 plus $20 shipping just to move it on. I know I didn't pay more than $10 for it, so I had to let that guy go. I just didn't want it sitting around anymore, and it made it, and that's all. I'm happy about that. So it got to the customer. All right, Bibles. Again, I learned to pick up Bibles from Commonwealth Picker Kevin. He picks them up and he sells them. So now I'm picking them up and selling them. This was actually purchased from the day I bought my books at Goodwill. This was only like $2.39 or something like that, and it sold for $37 shipping. I remember it was to a lady in Miami, and she gave me positive feedback. Really clean Bible, and I sold it for $37 with when I only paid like $2.39. So some Bibles. I've gotten a few. I've sold a few. Very, very good. All right, another interesting Savers pickup. You can tell I spend a lot of time at Savers. I love Savers over Goodwill. I go to Goodwill. Sometimes I find a lot of good stuff at Goodwill, but I find that Savers is a company that puts it out on the floor. Goodwill skims it, picks it, then sends it off to e-commerce. Savers does not. So I feel at Savers I've got a better chance of hitting the big jackpot. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to hit bigger items, getting cooler items, and they seem to happen at Savers. So I'll spend a lot of time at Savers. I can spend 3 hours in Savers easily just hanging around waiting for stuff to pop out. And you'll be amazed at what you find, okay? This one here, Texas Instruments Programmable TI 85859. It's a complete surveying module. I was really debating whether to take this or not take this, and it was only about $4 or $5. It was not much. So I ended up taking it. It sat for about a month and a half, 2 months. It wasn't horrible. Doesn't take up a lot of space, and it sold. It eventually did sell. There are some cooler modules. There are many modules that belong to this Texas Instruments type calculator setup. And you find some of them, they can be $100, $135, a lot more. So just keep looking for this old vintage stuff. This is Texas Instruments, and it sold. And I think that's going to be it. That's 10, guys. I told you I'm only doing 10 at a pop. 10, 10, 10. Again, I hope it was, at least you got something out of it. You picked up a couple of hints, a couple of ideas of what I look for, what can sell. Really do appreciate every one of you, every viewer, anybody who watches. Again, thank you. If you like it, thumbs up. If you want more, keep subscribing. And I will talk to you in the next video. See you guys later.